Hey y'all, we're gonna do some fall planting. I wasn't really gonna get started this early, but I thought why not? I've got the thyme and the seeds, some of the seeds ready to go. This is my seed box that I will be planting this year for fall. Now, it looks like a lot, and it is really, but I am not planting all of those. Welcome to the channel, and I thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. I appreciate y'all and tuning in to gardening with me. And yes, there are wasps out here that are mad because I've encroached on their space. And so if you see me fidget a little bit, that's probably why. So let's look. We've got, what I'm wanting to plant today are some cabbages and some celery. We'll get those going. This is cabbage, and these are herbs. Collards I'm not ready for yet, and I'm not ready for that. I'm going to plant some black cumin, even though that's not a fall crop. Mine got eaten by grasshoppers, and I really need some black cumin seed to perpetuate my seed. So I've just got, oh, here's pak choi. That would be good too. And dill. So we're going to be planting these, and then we're going to be covering them with insect netting because, as you know, grasshoppers are really bad here. Well, right now they seem to be going away, and I'm not sure if it's because of the rain or what's going on, but we don't mind if they leave. So hopefully they are gone for the year. There's a Chinese cabbage, so we'll just do a couple cabbage. I've got these little cell trays. They actually fit in a tray with a dome cover, but I didn't have great success using the dome, so we're just going to put them in this flat. It's a 10 by 20 flat standard tray. I gave away most of my trays because storage areas. I have, I live in a tiny house. It's 12 foot by 16 foot. And then I have a small shed, which you see behind me is an 8 by 10, I believe. Yeah, 8 by 10. And so that is my storage space, my indoor storage space. I have a lot of stuff stored outside that, you know, I would prefer to have it indoors, but it just is what it is. And so we're, you know, making do until we can do better. I would like a bigger house. This house has served me very well. I've been in it for 5 years. My son and I, well, my kids and I built it out and from a shed. And so it is perfect for me, for a single person. And I enjoy not having a huge house to clean at this time in my life. So, as I've mentioned last year, was a rough year for me. I had surgery in about 10 or 12 weeks of recovery, so this is perfect. I have my little tiny garden, my little tiny house, and I really enjoy the space. And I have my dog Sophie, my duck Richard, and I believe on a video recently he made an appearance, and he waddles kind of crazy because he only has one leg. And then I have two bunnies, Ginger and Honey, and they provide me with all the fertilizer I could ever need. So, all right, let's get into this planting. I'm just going to fill these with soil, and my soil is extremely dry. I bought, I use Pro Mix, and if you're new to gardening, you don't know, but during 2020, we had soil, 2020, 21, we had soil issues. But ProMix never had an issue. They never compromised their soil quality. And I really appreciated that, because I did try to get by with some cheaper soils and absolutely had horrible results with that. So I don't stray from my ProMix. And, but it does come in a fairly dry kind of bale, and it's a red bag. I get mine at Walmart. If you have a Walmart, you can get it there. From what I can tell, their yellow bag is pretty much the same as the red bag, and so you could use either one. I use it for seed starting. I use it in my pots. I do fertilize my pots regularly, because they do not have the capacity to hold any nutrients. So if you're planting in pots, just remember that. I don't necessarily fertilize as much during the heat, because I don't want the stress of them trying to grow. I want them to be able to just survive. So when it hits 90 degrees here, then I don't fertilize anymore. It's not very warm actually today, but for some reason, you probably can see me sweating, or glistening as we say. And I am in Texas, and we're Southern girls, we glisten. But anyway, we're gonna get these. This is all the trays I have right now, so this is all I'm gonna plant. But I did score about 100 pots from a lady on Marketplace. I'm so thankful for those, because pots are not cheap. And as soon as these sprout and get a true set of leaves, then I pop them up into a 4 or 6 inch pot, and then grow on like that for a little bit. But pots are hard to come by, and so I'm thankful for the lady that gifted me all those pots. So we got those full, and I have my handy dandy bucket my neighbor gave me, and it has all things gardening. Well, not all, but all the hand things. So I have labels, which I use old mini blinds. When somebody I know is getting rid of their mini blinds or redoing their mini blinds, I snag them. And so these are awesome. I write on them with a pencil, and I have them for years and years. So we are doing 5 trays, 5 types of seed, and see, I have everything in here except my pencil. I have scissors, I have clippers, I keep those handy. I have my landscaping staples. I have more scissors. Let's see. I have my my thermometer for taking my ground temperatures in the spring, and no pencil. Okay. So we're gonna do pak choi. I have purple pak choi, which is really a lovely plant. We'll put that there. And then I have Chinese cabbage. This is just a green pak choi. I am going to overseed, because some of these companies I have bought seed from are not great germination. And I find sometimes I put 10 seeds in, I get 1 plant. Not really impressed with that germination rate at all, but it is what it is. And so I want to use these seeds that have low germination. I want to use them up. I just want to get rid of them and use them up. I have a purple basil here. Don't know if you've ever grown that, but it is absolutely lovely. So we'll grow some of that. I still have plenty of time. My first frost date isn't until the first part of November. I have plenty of time to grow warm weather stuff like basil and get my fall garden started. Don't want to be too late on the fall garden, although I do have a lot of row cover, and I can cover my plants with row cover. The hard part about row cover here is that during the day, it can get extremely hot in the fall, winter. We could have 100-degree days just pop up. And if I don't uncover it before I leave for work in the morning, and like I did my onions, I planted my onions in February this year. Well, it was cold and I covered them and I didn't uncover them, and half of them cooked under that row cover. So it's very tricky here. And like I said, I am thinking about covering the entire garden in plastic, heavy duty plastic, or like greenhouse plastic. And that would help me keep a little bit of the chill off. And then if I row covered each individual area, that would help also. So since I already have hoops in place for my insect netting, it would be fairly easy to do plastic and row cover. Dill is something else I'm going to plant because I did not get enough dill. I have replanted so many times that it is just ridiculous. And I've got 2 different seeds from dill. One of them says dill or parsley, so we're going to see what comes up. I don't have any other parsley seed to compare this to see if it is indeed parsley or not. Oh, where did I put my tags? My tags. So yeah. And this early Jersey Wakefield cabbage is a short date to maturity. It's conical in shape. I've never grown it, even though I've had the seeds for years. I try every year and something always happens. And I will be honest and say that I have not been diligent. When I was in Kittiquay, I grew beautiful cabbages as big as my head. And I had, my gardening mentors said they had no clue that you could grow cabbage in Kittiquay. And I said, well, I guess you can, because nobody told me I couldn't. So it was kind of funny. And I really enjoyed growing that cabbage. But now that I know how to preserve and I have dehydrators, I'm really excited to grow a lot of cabbage. So basically all I do, I've got this little dibbler. It came with a kit, and I absolutely love it. Instead of sticking my finger in there, I just poke this thing down in really fast, and then I drop my seed in, and then we'll water. Ooh, don't drop them. We'll water when we're done. And I'm putting a couple of each because I want to use this whole package. I am endeavoring to restock my stash next year. So depending on how many come up, we will thin these. If we get good germination, that'd be great. We'll just thin them out. Now I'm going to put these over here, and when I go inside, I'm going to write this in my calendar today, what I planted. I'm also going to write it in my gardening journal. And I know that seems like overkill, but it really helps me to look back on last year's calendar, and I can just flip through and, when did I plant, what on what day. And I, in my journal, then I keep notes of, was it successful, and when did it germinate, when did it produce, when did I harvest, all that kind of stuff. And so it helps me to stay on top of things. I haven't always been this diligent, I will tell you that, but that is my preferred method, because otherwise, if I just have it in the journal, the way that I journal, I would be flipping through page after page after page looking for keywords. And oh wait, this is celery. Never mind. We don't make holes for celery. Okay, so the way I plant celery is I just tamp down the soil a little bit, and I sprinkle these on top. That's it. I do not push them into the soil because they are so tiny that, and I don't know if they need light to germinate, but they do better this way than any other. Ooh, I don't need all of them in one. If they do better this way than any other way I've done them. So, and I grew celery, beautiful celery this year. But before I got a harvest, the stupid grasshoppers ate every single one. And celery is something I've struggled with and was so excited to try. Yeah, it's very disappointing when you are looking forward to a crop in the garden and something new or something that you've just, you've endeavored to try for years. Because I've tried celery almost every year for 12 years, and it just has not come to fruition. So I did harvest a tiny bit of it, I believe, but I probably mixed it in with my other celery when I dehydrate, because I dehydrate a lot of celery. I am gifted lots of celery, and so I like to dehydrate and make celery salt. And that's something I'll show you later when I get ready to put my blends together. I like to make herb salts. And something that I do for my kids, my family, for Christmas is I make a bunch of herb blends. I make jams and jellies. Sometimes I make salves, like calendula oil salve is my favorite one. My skin is hooked on that. And so I make all these different things, and I put them in a giant basket. I've even spread them out on at my daughter's, like on the counter. Just, here it is. These are all the things. And I package them decent and, make it look pretty. And then I give everybody a gift bag. And everybody gets to make their own gift. And I tell them, one of these, or you can have two of these, or whatever it is, whatever quantity I have. And then when there's leftovers, people go back through and pick through and, because somebody may not want jelly for Christmas. Somebody may not want homemade salve for Christmas. And this way, I feel like the gifts that I give are used and appreciated. And like my youngest son, he loves my herb salts. And they usually run out around his birthday, so then I have to give him more. Jams and jellies, I don't think he'll run out for a while because nobody else really eats wild plum jelly, and that is absolutely his favorite. So I gifted him quite a bit for his birthday this year, and yeah, he should be set with that for a while. So now we're going to go in with our pak choi here. And this is the one that I'm real concerned with the germination. This is a great company. I love them. I'm not going to name them, but because I'm, telling you that they're seeds. And it may be that I just have had them too long. I don't know. These were for 21. I've had problems with certain seeds from certain companies. And I just overplant. That way I'm assured See, there's enough pak choi here to put a 20-foot row. I don't think I want that much. So I just went in with my dibbler, poked a hole, put the seed in, and then I just go back with the shovel part. It really keeps me from having stained fingernails, which doesn't bother me. I don't ever have my nails done, but I do work in a kitchen, and so having stained fingernails just doesn't look that great. All right, now we're gonna do our purple basil. And this seed still has the husk on it. I didn't, protective coating or whatever, I didn't take it off, so I might not get great germination out of those, but we're gonna try anyway. Okay, next one is dill. This is in my gardener's dill. He's having a sale until the 1st or 2nd, so y'all check that out. It's I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I do appreciate his seed. It has always grown true to type, which I really appreciate. I have had so many seeds that did not grow true to type, and it's very aggravating. As a market gardener, it was very aggravating when I ordered tomatoes one year, and I did not get anything true to type, and from a company it was completely different than what I ordered. And so that is, oh, I don't need 100. There's a lot of seed in here. I could probably do a whole row. When I was in Kittiquay at the property that I was so successful at gardening on, I grew, I was about 30 or 50 feet row. I can't really remember now, but it was a long row. And I grew a whole row of dill for the butterflies, and it was absolutely stunning when they came in and took over my garden. And you know, I actually didn't see any of them hatch and take off, but the little munchers, they sure did enjoy that. Okay, now we're ready to water. And I have 2 different ways that I like to water. This is my favorite. I take an old dish soap bottle. This is an organic, all-natural dish soap. It doesn't, it's unscented, and it's safe. But I've used it so much that I don't worry about anything being in there. And then I just dribble it in there because I don't bottom water seeds. Seeds need to be top watered so that they stay moist. And I don't want to drench my soil all the way to the bottom. That's just my personal preference. I just come out, I'll come out every day and keep the top watered, and so yeah. And this won't disturb the seeds this way. Like I said, everybody does it different. A lot of people are into the bottom watering. They swear by the bottom watering, and that's great. If that works for them, that's what I say. You do you, because there are as many different styles of gardening as there are people in the world. And the way I do it might work for you, and it might not. You know, so like I said, I just dribble enough to soak that top layer with the seed. And the first couple times it takes a lot of water to get this soil wet. And I don't fertilize, I don't mix in fertilizer with my soil until I'm ready to put them in the giant pots. And if I need a new pot filled, I mix in a lot of fertilizer in that top 6 inches. But, so then we're done. We have a tray ready to be covered with insect netting. And yeah. Now, I will tell you when I go to the convention next week, I'm going to be in and out every day very quickly. I leave early in the morning and I don't get home until later in the afternoon, early evening. And at that point, if these are not sprouted yet, then I may bottom water. But here we are, all set, ready to go. So we're going to find some insect netting, and we are going to, I have a little kids picnic table we're not using right now, and we'll put them on there so that they can have full sun, and it'll be easy to keep them covered over there and keep an eye on them. So anyway, that's what we're planting today. I've got a lot more in this box that needs to be planted for my fall garden, and we're going to do that step by step. I'll do some, like today, I've got this tray ready, and then I'll find some more pots and trays and get those together, and we'll plant as, you know, the weeks pass by. I want to have everything completely planted by August 20th at the very latest. That's my last date to be able to get good germination, get good production, and be harvesting for the late fall and early winter before a hard freeze sets. Usually we don't get a hard freeze until January or February, but you never know. So I don't want to take any chances, and I definitely want to get some cabbage harvested this year to preserve. I really want to put up at least 2 or 3 gallons of dehydrated cabbage, and I'd like to be able to eat pak choi and cabbage and all that fresh as well. And we will be planting spinach and collards and what was the other thing? Oh, lettuces, lots of lettuces. So, and soon, very soon, we will probably be tearing out tomatoes. They haven't produced for me, and I really don't have time to have anything in the garden that's not producing. And I don't even eat tomatoes. So there's a couple plants that I'm gonna keep to perpetuate my seed. But other than that, I am not interested in saving a bunch of plants that I don't eat anyway. So anyway, that's it for today. So what seeds are you sowing? And thanks for stopping by.